Good evening and salutations, my Jade fans. This episode was something. I feel like this episode was more of a stall tactic. And it wasn't really put together well. And you can see it when you see Ava and Carly sitting there just kind of, being forced to be in a room because Ava decided that she wanted to stop by and have Avery see Carly. And although it was a nice little thing for Ava to sit there and do, they just they sit there and they try to make small talk, which is really awkward. And then Ava talks about her relationship with Nicholas and talks about how Nicholas is cheating on her, this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, why are you confining in Carly for? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's nice for them to sit there and be civil for Avery's sake, but this scene felt forced. Because let's be honest, they don't like each other. Carly will never get over the fact of what Ava did with Morgan. Okay? It's just not going to happen. So to have them sit in the room while Avery play around with her walkie-talkie and everything just felt off. Chase, I ain't feeling Chase. I ain't feeling Chase right now. I'm not. Yeah, he comes in to save Brooklyn from breach of contract and everything like that. But he practically only says that he does it. He says he mostly does it for the fact that Brooklyn helped him out with the whole letter. That they're going to sit there and re-evaluate his case. He's like, that's the only reason why I'm doing this. He said, I mean, that's partly the reason why I'm doing this. I'm like, shouldn't you do it because it's the right thing to do? Like integrity and this, that, and the third. But of course, when she's finished singing with Blaze, please let me know how that song was. I fast forward through them. I fast forward through it. I usually fast forward through their songs. But after it's over, Chase, Brooklyn's like, so can we give us another shot? And of course, he's like, no, you played God My Life, this, that, and the third, and blah, 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 and you didn't give me a choice, so, it's just business, I just want to sit there and be able to take down Link. And I'm like, I get what she did was bad, and it was selfish. But ultimately, Chase put himself in that position in the first place. Okay? You decide to hit not one, but two civilians in the name of protecting her honor, so you lost your job. And yeah, she could have sat there and gave him a letter a lot earlier instead of playing games and everything like that. But she wouldn't have had to sit there and write a letter. She wouldn't have had to sit there and worried about any of that stuff if you would have sat there and kept your cool. So this whole him blaming Brooklyn for not being a cop, that's on him. It's on him. So Josh, I guess, tire is messed up or whatever, and Dex comes in there because at first, she sees the headlights and she's like, no, I'm good. I thank you for stopping, but I'm okay. Dex comes in there. Josh doesn't have service or whatever. And she's able to walk away and get some service or whatever. So she comes back, and this is the part where it gets kind of stupid. So, there's nothing to talk about. It's going to be a couple hours, and she's cold and everything like that. And, Dex takes off his jacket, and, Josh makes a remark like, oh, if I wanted your clothes off, I would ask you to take off your clothes. I'm like, if it's cold, then why don't you just wait in your car or wait in his car? Them just standing out there, freezing their asses off, makes no sense whatsoever. But of course, it's not about that because eventually they wind up kissing. And, every time that Josh kisses Dex, it's just more of she doesn't care. about Cam. Not care about Cam. She had ample time to sit there and tell that man that she doesn't want to be with him anymore. But she didn't. She really didn't. Um, he takes her back home, and they look under the mistletoe, and then they don't kiss, and yeah, it's just we all know what's coming. Okay, said this 97% sure that Cam is going to find out the hard way, and Josh is going to be like, "Oh, I meant to tell you," and blah, 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 blah. She's going to do the whole crying and woe is me, and I guess we can all sit there and pretend to care. I really didn't see a point of Sasha being in this episode at all. I really didn't. All she did was talk to Donna, and I didn't even know that was Donna for a minute. I thought that was Avery, but did they age Donna up or something like that? Is that what they did? Um, anyway, Donna, she has a wish, Christmas wish or whatever, and she gives it to Sasha to make her feel better, and that may seem like it's nice and everything. Don't get me wrong, it's nice, but your presence was not needed in this episode. It really wasn't. There was a lot of people that was not needed in this episode. Sunny was not needed in this episode. Nina was not needed in this episode. Didn't really do anything to contribute to this episode. Um, Sam just needs a paycheck at this point, so whatever. Um, in reality, well, she was with Dante, so okay, fine. Um, Trina is still heartbroken and sad over Rory's death because he meant so much to her and in the cast. And I was trying to be sarcastic and I was trying to tell a joke, but let's be honest. The real joke is that Rory's dead, and you know what? No one really cares anymore. So her being all sad and looking disheveled and everything like that, it's like, okay, sure, whatever. Um, but she's talking to Spencer, and Spencer has this great idea to lure Esme out of hiding by using himself as bait. Trina's not liking this, but she's like, all right, fine. She's like, there's one problem. I want to be part of this plan. So her plan is, and Trina's hour of grief, she turns towards Spencer. In this way, it will lure out the hook killer a lot faster. Okay, sure. And at this point, they all think it's Esme, so whatever. And to be fair, there was a point. It was Esme as well. So it is what it is. Um, so Dante, Felicia, and Mac decide to go. I was going to say go to Arkham. Go to see Ryan. They look at the earrings. I don't know if DNA test confirmed it was some woman named Gloria Wilson, but she's dead. They go to. I was going to say Arkham again. They go to Spring Ridge to see Ryan, and of course Heather's there, and Heather and Ryan have this whole Joker and Harley Quinn thing going on. And I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. She gives him a gift, but Dante and everything like that, they come in there. So Heather hides it under his shirt or pants or something, and they go to question Ryan. And Heather's all like, "Oh, you're a princess, you're a royalty or something like that." Is this chick really a princess or whatever? She's like really royalty. Like, is that actually a thing? I heard about that, but I didn't know that was actually a thing. Anyway, they question Ryan. Ryan doesn't really sit there and give too many responses. Heather is not the translator, but she's all like, "Oh, I'm filling in because so and so is out sick or something." And they actually take her word for it. But of course, Ryan's sitting there playing games. Dante gets upset. Questions don't get answered, so they all sit there and wind up leaving. And yeah, that's about it, more or less. I don't know what that gift was. I guess it was like a souvenir or something like that. Not really too sure what it means, but okay. Now the last scene is with a drunken Nicholas and Esme. Um, and it really doesn't go anywhere. Nicholas is just there, just being Nicholas, drowning his sorrows, and Esme is not there getting under his skin. Up until a point where, eventually Nicholas leaves. But he does come back because, Esme's like, it's cold in here. I have no one to talk to. And I'm like, bro, it's cold in there and she's pregnant? Like, what are you nuts? Like, what are you doing? Um, you know, Nicholas is angry. To be honest, he put himself in a situation. Okay? He put himself in a situation. He's the one that decided to knock up his girlfriend's um knock up his son's girlfriend, get her pregnant, and now he's pushed Ava away because he wants to sit there and hide his dirty little deeds. Um, and he got Liz caught up in this, so he's guilty about that. And I'm just looking at this whole thing. Now, he did sit there and say, well, you think you're lonely now, wait till you go to Castile Island. I'm like, why do you not ship her off there yet? Why? Why not do that? You can get a doctor, your own doctor, whatever, sit there and take care of her. Liz can go back to her life. What are we waiting for? I thought about that the whole time. I'm sitting there watching these two talk. I'm like, why is she not already shipped off to Castle Island? What's the wait for? I mean, you getting people in there every day. You got Spencer that's living there. You got Victor that keeps popping up. Why even take the risk? It's not like you have to build up the capital or anything like that. It makes no sense. None. No. I think that's pretty much about it. I can't really think of anything else that happened. Like I said, for the most part, Sunny didn't really do anything in this episode. Nina didn't really do anything in this episode. Sasha was not needed in this episode. Um, yeah. And Felicia was just there to tag along, and Sam was there to collect the paycheck. Uh, so with that being said, I'm gonna go. But we'll be coming on tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. So if I missed anything or there's anything Pacific that you want to sit there and talk about, we can sit there and do it during the live stream. And with that being said, I'm going to go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe, and I will see you in the next video.